Have you ever been in a conversation where after the usual hi and hello, everything just fizzles out? You're left standing there wondering what to say next, and the awkward silence creeps in. Trust me, we've all been there. Whether it's a work meeting, a wedding with distant relatives, or even chatting with someone new at a bar, the struggle is real. But what if I told you there's a way to avoid this awkwardness forever? Here's the thing. Most of us think being good at conversations is about being naturally confident or outgoing. But that's not true. Talking to people is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. I'm going to share 3 incredibly simple methods that will help you talk to anyone, anywhere, and never run out of things to say. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about asking the right questions. Picture this. Someone says, "I'm going golfing this weekend." You have 2 options. You can say, "Oh, that's cool," and let the conversation awkwardly die. Or you can ask a follow-up question like, "Where do you usually play?" Or "How long have you been golfing?" See the difference? By asking thoughtful follow-up questions, you're not just keeping the conversation alive, you're showing interest. And people love when others show interest in them. Here's the best part. You don't need to be an expert on the topic. It doesn't matter if you've never swung a golf club in your life. By asking questions, you're handing the other person the spotlight, and that's where they shine. Plus, you're steering the conversation, which gives you control to explore topics you're genuinely curious about. Now here's method 2. Learn to listen. I mean, really listen. Most of us are guilty of half listening while our brains are busy planning what we'll say next. But here's the catch. When you're too focused on your response, you miss the details. The good stuff that can turn a conversation from awkward to amazing. Listening intently helps you pick up on cues, find interesting threads, and respond in a way that feels natural and engaging. Think about it like this. Ever met someone who made you feel like the most important person in the room just by listening to you? That's the energy you want to channel. And honestly, listening isn't just polite, it's a superpower. The more you listen, the better you'll get at asking questions and keeping conversations flowing effortlessly. Finally, the secret sauce. Find common ground. We naturally bond with people who share our interests, experiences, or even our frustrations. The tricky part? Sometimes common ground isn't obvious. Maybe it's a shared love for coffee, or maybe it's commiserating about how unpredictable the weather is. The key is to stay curious and keep exploring until you find that connection. Once you do, the conversation practically takes care of itself. But let's be real, not every conversation will go perfectly. There will still be awkward silences, and that's okay. Instead of dreading them, learn to embrace them. Silence doesn't have to be awkward, it's just a pause, a moment to breathe. The truth is, conversations aren't about perfection, they're about connection. And with these 3 methods, asking intentional questions, truly listening, and finding common ground, you'll be better equipped to connect with anyone, anywhere. So next time you're faced with an awkward social moment, remember, it's not about having all the right words. It's about being genuinely interested in the person you're talking to. Start practicing today and you'll see the difference. Who knows? You might even start enjoying small talk.